Sagittarius, I'm here to give you just a love bite of a wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip. And we're looking at this triad of Venus conjunctions that we're about to move through and how they'll be affecting the area of romance in your life. We're going to just drop right into it. Unlike all the other signs that I've done so far, I got a real hit that I needed to open up with kind of like an overarching theme for you with the Sacred Rebels deck. So that's something we're doing. Maybe you are in the process of rebelling against something. You're staging a rebellion, Sagittarius. Okay. It's interesting. I got quite an unusual download that came in with you as I was dropping into your energy. It was more like a vision of like you being on the phone and somebody just talking at you. Talking at you will not let you get a word in edgewise. And it's like somebody who's trying to explain their actions. Maybe you recently found something out. It's got you a little bit pissed, I have to say, Sagittarius. Something was supposed to be like, oh, so right, and it turned out terribly wrong. And has something to do with this person that you're on the phone with, although you're not really on the phone with this person, because I got the image of you at one point just kind of like tuning them out. And in fact, even like maybe even putting the phone down, walking away. You come back, they're still going. It's got the vibes of, you know, Charlie Brown, the teacher. Wah, 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 wah. That's what it is. At least what they're saying, their excuses sound like that to you. All right, so maybe you're rebelling against this person, and this has something to do with matters of the heart, okay? This could be a lover. This could be somebody who kind of stirred up something for you in a very important relationship, all right? Do look for this to be coming in. I mean, it feels really strong, so I think there's some message coming through. And this person, I don't know, I feel like the way they're talking too, it's like not appropriate for the situation. All right, this is for any significant Sagittarius placement, or if you have a prominent placement in the 9th house. Also, if you're a Gemini rising, that makes you a Sagittarius descendant, and you could find a lot of resonance with the read. Please do, with these reads for the Venus transits, tune into your descendant sign, because your descendant sign tells you so much about what you're dealing with on a romantic level. So let's check it out, Sag. Ooh, yes, your rebellion starts here, Sag. Looks like you're going on a trip of a lifetime. It's a trip. There's some major transformation that's going to happen as the result of you taking a step that you've been hesitating to take up until now, but something's giving you the courage to take this step. Perhaps this has something to do with this person who's like on your case, that's explaining why things went the way they did back there. I don't think you're hearing it. I think you're just not wanting to waste any more time, right? I do see you have some kind of inspired vision brewing here, and you're sensing all the threads of connection, and there's some transformation happening here. You've digested things long enough, and now you know what's true and what you need to do. It says every journey starts with a single step. And so I think this is what you're doing now. And I'm noticing the nakedness here. You probably are too, Sag. But I do feel like this is how you're coming forward, like total transparency, nothing to hide. This is how it is. I mean, Sagittarians are pretty much known for that anyway. They're known to be very like truthful, almost to a fault kind of people. Sometimes they don't really think about delivery. They can be a little blunt, but there's a softness here that is unlike your usual stance, Sagittarius. It's interesting, okay? You may be packing your bags. You may be preparing for a move. You may be preparing to go on a trip. You may have finally opened up Pandora's box. You integrated some heavy stuff from the ghosts of love past, you know, and there's something here that you're setting free, and you're really ready to move forward. So this looks good, okay? I see movement energy. I see Wheel of Fortune energy, the shock of the new. We got 6 here. Could be a life path number 6 in the energy here. There was a 12 that came in with the past energy. So you could have been dealing with a Pisces. You could have been dealing with a heavy karmic cycle. You could have been dealing with a life path 3, okay? What's coming in is 6, a new vision. Some of you are musicians, or you do something creative. Maybe you do something at festivals, something like this, okay? You're potentially packing up to prepare to go on the road. I can see that, okay? There's something about this. It's like when you're out and about, when you're on the road, or when you're heading off in new directions, or on this trip, you make a very significant connection. Perhaps it leads to a new creative direction in your life too, if you are somebody who's involved. And it really looks like music, or I'm getting like music or festivals, you know, something along those lines. Some of you are in a band, you're going on tour. All right. But there's something coming through here. Some of you wrote, it's coming in pretty strongly, so I'm going to go with it for a minute. I know it's not everybody's story, but somebody here was really inspired by what they've been going through in terms of their heart, and sorting through a lot of their old relationships, their, you know, current connections, their current desires. And you wrote an album, and maybe it's the first time you ever put your voice out there. Maybe you're not usually so prone to like share your voice. It's something you've kind of like nursed quietly, but you're getting ready to put this out there. I could see that this could also be like, you normally aren't the singer, but now you're like stepping up as the front man, the front woman, and you're like creating your own thing. It feels like a solo project. It feels like a solo project that maybe ends up kind of putting you in the sphere of someone specifically. And from there, it has a ripple effect. Okay, this could be an important connection coming in around a creative project. It says shock of the new. So I think what's happening here is brand new for you. And I think you're feeling connected with a sense of purpose too, in matters of love, in matters of the heart, in a way you haven't really felt connected before, right? I do feel like you have a certain vision that's just starting to hatch, a new vision of love that's starting to hatch for you. And this is something that's coming through, okay? The shock of the new. So we know you got something new coming in on the scene in matters of the heart. Let me get another card here. What is this shock of the new? What is this relating to? What is this new influence coming into Sagittarius's love life? Shock of the new. There may be a connection with your ruling planet Jupiter making that conjunction to Uranus, which means anything can happen. This might be a time of significance on 420, when something very unexpected happens that really leads you in a new direction. Might require you to pack your bags, I have to say. There might be some distance to travel. I just heard Kate's distance. He's going the distance. He's built for speed. He's all alone, all alone, all alone in a time of need. Okay. A lot of musical references have been coming in over the past few reads. So, you know, I probably have a lot of creative types that are tapping in here. Who else would tap in here but creative types? I can be a little bit of an odd one, you know what I'm saying? So usually those are the type of people I gravitate toward, and I find gravitate toward me. So welcome to all of you creator types, all you merry makers. Okay, ooh, yes. You've been dreaming a bit. You've been dreaming about somebody that, you know, you want to like work it out with, you want to connect with here. I see that. You feel a calling. It's kind of deep. It's a little bit cosmic here. I do see this. There is a new vision you're wanting to hatch here, okay? 21, life path number 3 could be coming into play. This is also like you're really getting in touch with your internal guidance. You notice when things are more quiet, like maybe late at night, maybe you even got like a really good view of the night sky. You like to sort of like just stare up at the stars, and you just like to dream. You might be working a lot with kind of doing a lot of visualization work. You might be doing a lot of manifestation work. Some of you are really actively trying to call someone in. It's somebody that you feel linked with, you know? It's somebody you really feel linked with. And you've traveled through many seasons with this. I see this. I've never noticed this about the card here before, but all the leaf symbolism, the leaves changing colors, leaves falling, the new growth, okay? So there may have been something that really fell away in the fall that's about to get another renewal. Ted just said yes. You have a new idea about the way you can kind of get something to move forward, right? Beyond the mind, the heart beats. I feel like when you don't have the distractions of the busyness of the day, when you don't have the distractions of everybody kind of like pulling on your time and energy, you're able to like, you feel connected to your soulmate. That's when you feel like your heart open and you feel connection to your soulmate. This is somebody that you've already had an ending with, or somebody you've been separated from. I just noticed this. You see the skull through on her jawline there. You're thinking about ways that you held your tongue, a communication that was never had, things that you feel need to be spoken in order for you to feel at peace. You know, because when I think of laying things to rest, it's not just, you know, the deaths in our lives and the endings, but it's also to be able to do so in a way that there's grace around it, there's peace. Okay. I don't think it's this person that is like yapping in your ear, though. I think it may be this person that, you know, you're kind of tuning out. You're starting to tune out this communication from this person. They call you frequently. I got that. If this is somebody who calls you frequently and they're persistent, they have an issue with boundaries. A lot of boundary issues are coming up for the collective, okay? It's like they're a little bit too tapped into your energy, and maybe you're finding it's like short-circuiting you from, you know, feeling connected with another energy that you do want to feel connected with. Very interesting. Huh? You might have just kind of come to this state of awareness. Maybe you were in one of your like drop-in sessions, meditative sessions. You notice you're like, wait a minute, I was just vibing there. And then I felt this other energy like come in and kind of like push this person's energy aside. Some of you, you know, you connect with a certain someone on astral. This coming in, it is Sagittarius's house, the 9th house, is about expansive experiences, okay? Let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. Bring it into form. Yeah. It's like dreams are nice, daydreams are nice, but is it just going to stay a dream? Is it just going to stay a vision, or are you going to like allow yourself to experience the tower of the shock of the new and open up to something brand new, you know, something that you haven't done before, perhaps in matters of the heart? You know, maybe there's an opportunity you never explored fully, or a direction you never headed in because you thought, you know, that it just didn't really offer you what you were looking for. Maybe it didn't offer you what you were looking for at one point. Maybe it's different now, you know? Maybe you used to kind of like feel like, you know, I just want to, you know, do my thing. I don't want to go too deep, you know? I just want to have fun. You might have been in that mode for a while. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, wait a minute, maybe I don't, you know, maybe I don't, maybe I actually do want to go really deep with someone. Maybe this like spiritual aspect of you is coming forward a lot more strongly right now. You're wanting to have kind of an other level type of experience. I could also see it working in the converse, Sagittarius, okay? Because we do have rebellion here. So you have to really look at how you've kind of classically been in matters of the heart. For others of you, you've really wanted something to go really deep, and you just found in the process of trying to go really deep, you just kind of kept connecting with people who, like, they made it out like you were going to go deep, but then they just kept it on the surface. And so now you're kind of like, well, if that's how it's going to be, you know, if I'm wanting to go real deep and I'm just kind of getting just sort of like the veneer of a person, then what's the point? I may as well just be free. I may as well just be single. I may as well just do my thing and just have experiences and explore. And you may be connecting more with your, you know, your personal expression of love for life itself and the type of life you want to be living. I think if that is the case, you know, it's kind of like, it's like as soon as you let go the pursuit of something or the desire for something, that's when it's found. Okay. So you may be in that place where you kind of said, I've given up on that, you know, I'm just ready for the new, I'm ready to shake things up. And then it's when you go on this trip, you know, you go on this trip, everything changes. Okay. It like bumps right into you. Could even be in an airport. You could bump into somebody in some kind of like transit station. I see that in an airport, you know, at the depot, picking up the luggage. Interesting. Or having just landed somewhere, you know, all of a sudden you're like, whoa, wait a minute, you again. Okay, that is possible. Other side here, 23, defend to the end the worthwhile. Right? There's been something here where there's been a lot of pain, there's been a lot of loss. I think you've had to be really strong through many different passages of your love story, Sagittarius. I also think you've dealt with a fair amount of deception. I also know that, you know, you do kind of pride yourself in being able to see through others' lies, but there's also something here where a lot of you are having the realization of ways that you lied to yourself, okay? And there's something here that is sort of awakening you to the advent of change. It's like, I don't know, maybe I am ready to finally take that step. There's something you're seeing differently. I feel like there's an illumination moment that's coming through for you. That illumination moment could be coming up close to April 17th when Venus is conjunct the North Node. You may finally understand what it is that you need to let go of, what you need to cut off, and what step you need to take in order to really come closer to what you feel is calling you. Okay. I feel like you do feel like you feel love coming in. You know what I mean? We've all had that experience where you feel like, I know there's someone for me. I know there's somebody I'm supposed to connect with. I know it. I know it. And I do feel like something gets set in motion there. Okay. And maybe in a very unusual, unexpected way. But I think you had to go through some dark times. And I think you did willingly. Okay. You did willingly. You might have been dragged there at first. Okay. I see that. You might have been dragged there at first. And it may have caused you to really put up a lot of defenses too. Like, I'm not letting anybody close to me. You may have cut off quite a few people, actually. But I think you're at the place where you really are starting to understand the value of what you gained there that you couldn't have gained otherwise. And it was 1919 on the clock. Yeah. On that hermit's journey, that solo journey. Okay. There could be a Virgo connected to your situation. On that solo journey, you recognized something that you had not seen before, and it was a big clue. And finally, you understood a piece of the puzzle that's been missing. And once this clicked in place, it totally changes the whole picture for how you move forward. You will be bringing something into form. Again, look for the 17th through the 20th when you do have your meetup with one of your ruling planets, okay, Jupiter, one of your ruling planets. Made me think Pisces shares your ruler, okay, so you might be dealing with something with a Pisces. They have both Jupiter and Neptune as their rulers. Okay. So it's in both of your ruling planets. You could have a strong Pisces in your chart. There's some karmic cycle here. There's something you're dealing with and there's something you're addressing. Look for it to get kicked off around the 17th. Look for it to kind of come to like a crescendo. I got. There may be some dramatics around it too, I have to say. There may be some dramatics around it too. We do have Mercury going conjunct with Venus, and the sun will be entering Taurus on the 19th, okay, right before the meetup. So there's something here where you are really going to have to like stick to your guns, really stand in your place of recognizing what you went through to get here, not wanting to kind of like toss that aside for any nonsense. But there is something very firm happening here, something that's being firmed up, like, and this is what's sparking communication. You're coming to a realization here in this situation about what needs to be cut off, where you need to finalize that. And there may be this communication coming in if it hasn't already, all right? Some of you feel like you got somebody from the other side who's guiding you. We got visions of life beyond death, all right? 44 energy here, angel energy on deck. You may have a grandmother that you feel very connected to that passed on. You feel like she's giving you some guidance right now. Maybe she was really with you while you were moving through that difficult time. I just heard Eleanor. Eleanor. I'm seeing something about sparrows. If somebody has a grandma named Eleanor, she sends sparrows to let you know she's around you. All right, let's get some more details here, Sagittarius. I think the overarching theme here is that you feel like you're being guided, you know? You feel like you're being guided towards something. And so there's a part of you that feels a little perplexed. Like, why does it feel like so many missed connections or so many things that maybe felt right at first and just went horribly wrong? Like, what is this about? Like, some of you feel like you're being messed with a bit. And maybe you are being messed with a bit. You know, you're dealing with a little bit of trickster energy, but you'll understand why when, you know, this meetup happens. I do feel like you got a significant soulmate that you're linking up with or coming back together with. And that can even be if you're in a relationship, right? And let's say you feel like strangers because you've both been through so many changes in your life and so much has happened. And maybe one of you went through like a real heavy bout of depression and it just caused division between you, okay? This could be possible, or somebody really struggled with something and for a while you got lost there in your relationship. Like, you're like, where did you go? Like, what's up here? What's going on, man? I mean, this isn't you. Or maybe you feel like, you know, you're connecting with somebody and it's been a while since you've connected. And you're like, who are you? This is not the person I remember, okay? There's some kind of aspect of this, but where you're currently like in a relationship or in a marriage and you feel like strangers, I think that this time of you all being in your kind of like individual hermit mode and on your personal paths where you've been doing your own personal healing work, like, I have to say that's very empowering. It's very healthy, okay? I feel like you're meeting in a new sort of way. It may feel like brand new. Maybe you're taking a trip together. Maybe you're hitting the road together. You know, maybe you're having some kind of, you know, renewal in your relationship through kind of going on a trip together, you know. I just heard walking it out. Camino Santiago coming in Spain. Yeah, maybe that's what you're going to do. Should we stay together? You know, let's go on a trip. Let's dive in deep with each other. Let's stop the distractions of everything that's been going on around us, causing problems, causing issues, you know. Let's go on a trip. Let's go on a trip together. Let's steep ourselves in it. Let's not run from it. Let's feel what we're feeling and figure it out. And by the end of the trip, by the end of the road, you know, we'll make our choice then, you know. Do we stick it out, or do we go our separate ways? And either way, we're doing so in a way that we both gain a lot from it. Interesting. That's actually a pretty beautiful vision, I have to say. And some of you are doing it solo. You're like, I'm just going to go out on my own, man. I need to find myself. I need to find my heart again. I feel like I lost my heart somewhere. You may feel like a stranger to yourself. And there's something you're trying to rediscover here, Sag. Okay, let's see. Let's see more details about this. There is some choice to make in matters of the heart. And maybe the conflict of that has been avoided, or it's been sort of like swept under the rug or distracted from, or you've been tuning it out, you know. Maybe you felt like somebody's been nagging at you, or they feel that about you, you know, that you're just like a dog with a bone. It's like, can you give up the argument already? Can we just, you know, start over again? Okay, it can be mirrored for sure when we're looking at relationships here, but I do feel like something is becoming very clear for you. I got such like ringing in my ear right now. Okay. I got such ringing in my ear right now. Such ringing in my ear right now. Yeah, I think you're just starting to be able to hear somebody's words again. Their words are just now starting to land in your heart. You're like, wait a minute. Here comes the sentience. Yeah, wait a minute. I get it now. I didn't see it before, but I get it now. There's something about this. There's something about this where, you know, you've been separated from somebody that you love, you know, even if you're like living in the same house together, you're like, you're separated from somebody that you love. And it's because you have not been able to hear them. And maybe that's why this person's been like screaming at you. Maybe this is why this person just won't shut up. It's because they're trying to get through to you, but there's something that's only discovered in the spaces. There's something that's only discovered in the silence. Whoo! Interesting. Energy coming in around Sag is wild, man. I dig it. I dig it. Come to the outer limits, man. Yeah, this could be dealing with a Pisces. We have the Page of Cups right here. This could be somebody that's trying to get something through to you. They're trying to communicate something to you, something they want you to understand. I mean, we do have soulmate energy here, okay? And, you know, there's something that's looking to be healed here, all right? What's behind Pisces here? Oh, I see. We got the devil behind Pisces there. And the High Priestess. Oh, my goodness. And the 10 of Wands. Oh, goodness. Okay, and the 9 of Cups. This is the basis of the matter. This all came from the bottom of the deck. So, I mean, maybe this is why you're tuning this person. I have to say. This could be a water sign energy too. It's a strong Pisces card, Page of Cups, but it could also be Cancer. It could be Scorpio as well. This person could also have a strong Capricorn influence. This is somebody who likes to have control of situations. Maybe they even want to have control of your relationship. Look, they're ruling over 2 people here, okay? They're keeping 2 people stuck, chained, you know, not free to do what the heart wants to do, potentially. I mean, we got big Pisces indication here with the High Priestess, all right? Big Pisces indication. There's a real burden around this, okay? And keeping in the dark. Something's hidden here. And right here we got 9 of Cups, right? Personal fulfillment. Someone's personal desire. So there's somebody in this situation, and it doesn't have to be a water sign energy. It can be any sign, all right? But with the Pisces coming in so strongly, Cancer too, I have to say, all right? Because the High Priestess is both Pisces and Cancer. There's something here that does have to deal with that karmic house, okay? And it's something that really affects like the foundation, the home, all right? Because that's Cancer's house. With Cancer, we're also looking at issues with the mother, okay? So there could be something going on here in relation to motherhood, a baby's mama, okay? News that somebody got pregnant, you know? I could see that too, all right? It wasn't supposed to be that. It was supposed to be a little fun, footloose, fancy free. Now I got this burden. This is weighing heavily on me. Maybe I shouldn't have, you know, used the wand, you know? That way I was fulfilling in the moment, but does it, you know, pay off now? Now I feel like I'm chained to this and I don't want to be. That coming in for somebody too. And I have to say, with the high priestess coming in with the devil, maybe that was somebody's plan because they saw it as personal fulfillment. All right. This type of element could be playing out here too. I also see, let's look deeper though, okay? Let's scratch beneath the surface here. I want to do this with you, Sag, because your house is the house of expansion and philosophy. So I also see this as parts of you that like to live in the illusion or like to live in the fantasy and not the reality. And you like to indulge in these realms, you know? And, you know, you find a lot of pleasure in that, but you're starting to realize the way that just keeping it in the realm of fantasy ends up being a way of actually sort of imprisoning yourself because you never get to actually experience that which you desire. And the reason why you're living it out in the realm of fantasy is because there is something that needs to be cut off before you can fully step into this love. So that could be closing a particular karmic cycle with somebody that's just doing that is an act of like calling all your power back. It changes your whole stature. It changes the type of love you're able to receive after that. For others of you, it's about you, you know, having to release a particular relationship that you know it's time's up. This doesn't work. This is not what I desire. For some of you, it's getting rid of some kind of interfering element that's driving a wedge between you and your desire. There's something that's dividing your hope for outcome here, which is coming together with the soulmate, right? It was 3303 on the clock when I brought that in. So 33-6, again, you know, there's some vision you have here. Life path 6 could be factoring in. Life path 3 could be factoring in. There is help getting through this. You may need to get some help to get through this. I'd be careful. I heard a little help from your friends, and then I heard, well, maybe not so much. Okay? So, again, you know, you may realize that, you know, where you were wanting to see a way forward, maybe you relied on some help, okay? You're realizing that caused disappointment. It could have been in relation to a Hierophant, Taurus energy. Somebody who claimed to have like spiritual understanding. I know the way. I know what will work best here. And it's like, no, it was a disappointment. And I shouldn't have brought, you know, another person into this situation because I totally lost this opportunity for healing, for celebration with what I wanted to see happen. It felt so right. So why does it feel so wrong right now? And here's the thing, and nothing's gone anywhere. It's still there. It's an illusion. I mean, when you got the Hierophant on the scene too, you know, this is yes in tarot when it comes out upright. So, you know, this vision that you dream of, yes, it will come to pass, but you're distracted here. It's like you're kind of in a blame game and it's like ridiculous. Nothing's gone anywhere. All right. Nothing's gone anywhere, Sag. Nothing's gone anywhere. It's still here. It's like it's been cloaked from you. And, you know, let's bring it in. If you know somebody of the witchy persuasion, have they been a little busy, you know, with their castings? Yeah. They would likely have strong water and earth in their chart. All right. Let me do a cut here, and then I'm going to get you a goddess guidance card. Yeah, you're bringing something to an end, all right? But the thing about death, Scorpio energy here, all right? The thing about death is that on the other side, there is a new beginning, because that's the cycle of life. Oh, and that's where the strategy is born, okay? And I think you've had your eye on someone, or someone's had their eye on you for a while. Oh, look at this. You've had your eyes on each other here. Check this out. I think there's a sensing like this thing's coming to meet me, and look what we got here. We have the Emperor. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. No, don't talk about it. You're going to break through that glamour I casted back there. Remember this new beginning you wanted. It's been cloaked from you because you've been distracted by all this mess that's been fired off, you know. Is it always somebody casting spells? No. Does that happen? Yes, it does. And anybody who says it doesn't is full of it, man. They're full of it. It happens all the time, let me tell you. But here's the thing. I also see this as, you know, people can be, you know, very persuasive with the way they use their words as well. Okay, so there's many different ways this glamour can be cast. Okay, many different ways. I think you'll know how it applies to you, but something's shifting here. We got air, fire on the chart here. Okay, Sag, this is your energy. And you might have somebody that's a bit like, you know, at the ready. They're not so sure. What is this about? What do you want here? But this is a new, you know, turn of fortune here. All right, so the wheel's turning. Ophiuchus energy coming in really strong here, bringing about a transformation. A transformation in old Scratch, a certain devil who was holding things back. Every time I want to bring it in, this energy wants to cut off the communication. 3755. They don't want this to change. They're trying to make a lot of kind of like instability in moving into this change. Again, you could be closing cycle on a fixed sign energy, all right? A Leo, a Taurus, an Aquarius, or a Scorpio. Scorpio came in really strong. Taurus came in really strong, all right? So interesting energy here. I think you solved the riddle. You figured it out. You cracked the code. And now you're moving forward with the Fool, all right? This is brand new experience, brand new adventure here. And you're going to know where you need to invest your energy and what's been just wasting your time and keeping you stuck at the crossroads. And you're going to block that energy so it doesn't bother you anymore. Go back from whence you came, demon. Could have been dealing with like an incubus, succubus kind of energy too, I have to say. Somebody was just really just like corded into you on that level. Through the sexuality. Yes, okay. So now you're moving more into this place of receptivity. The resistance is melting a little bit, Hathor here. And you may have been dealing, like I said, with a mother, okay? Mother could have been factoring in your pregnancy, could have been an issue that came in. But I think you're clearing something up and clearing something out and preparing to head down a new road and open up a new chapter in love here, all right? So let me just give one overarching theme here, because we already went way over with you. But I told myself today, I'm going to start working smarter, not harder. And I just really want to take things at my own pace. And if a read wants to be short, it's going to be short. And if it wants to be long, I'm going to let it be long. I don't want to be like penned in, man. Don't fence me in. So, you know, the Sag is strong in this one too. So perhaps that's why, you know, it's that rebellion energy. It's like, no, I want to do, you know, what feels right to me. And I think that's where you are too, Sag. You know, you're just wanting to do what feels right to you. Oh, okay. That one wanted to pop out there. Oh, look at this, Ostara. So yeah, this is not the card I'm pulling for you, okay? But this just kind of like popped out of the deck. Ostara, fertility. So yeah, some of you are dealing with pregnancy, okay? You are dealing with a baby, okay, in the picture. Some of you worked for this. You worked very hard for this. This may have been what caused you challenges in your relationship. You might have dealt with a really difficult time in a relationship because of these fertility issues, but now there's some good news coming in. I feel like it will come in soon if it's not already here. And you're happy about this, okay? So this looks really good. For others of you, the piece I brought in earlier, yes, you know, maybe you dealt with something around the start of spring. Maybe something came up, you know, in March, you know, around this. Again, during Pisces season, you know, you found out that something casual ended up being, you know, well, it's a little bit more serious now. It might have brought up something to be addressed. I do feel like this matter is being addressed. Something's being balanced out here if that's the case. And I feel like you're getting to the other side of it. You've got new beginnings in store, right? So what goddess is sort of like presiding over Sagittarius's love life at this time? I had a Scorpio just try to insert themselves there, okay? So either you have a strong Scorpio placement or there's a Scorpio really tapping into your energy. Or you feel tapped into theirs, okay? It could be vice versa, all right? There's interesting energy here. All right, what is the overarching theme here for Sagittarius and their love story? What is the overarching theme? Ooh, there we go. Second, be strong. So you do need to kind of like call things out as they are. And there is somebody here. It could be a Leo potentially with the lion reference there. There is somebody here that you do need to put some boundary lines down around, okay? Sekhmet deals a lot with boundaries and drawing the line. But I think that you're able to do this and you'll pull it off quite well. You do have protection around you in regard to this. And I do feel like you'll be able to balance this out. I also feel like maybe this is somebody that you both went through something really heavy and something you've needed to heal here. Something that needed to be transformed. It's from an old love relationship, okay? And I feel like you're able to get beyond it. Whatever you're arriving at here and you're working out in a situation where you feel like people have overstepped boundaries, where people have been aggressive, where people have been on the war path, where you felt like, you know, they were causing problems for you, there was too much conflict. You're getting to the other side of this. Something is being balanced out and you're stronger than you think you are. And it's that strength that assures you a happy outcome, Sagittarius. All right, looks good. Bright new beginnings, but in order to really take advantage of that, you got to take action and you got to be strong. You got to be strong. You got to have faith and you got to draw the line over, you know, under, not over. No, don't, no, draw it over so you block the new beginning. Draw it under what is not coming forward with you. I got that really strong. You got some hitchhiker energy. You need to suss that out and address that. Be live to that.